Hey to all my people out there. Today is Friday, September 3rd, 2010. This is Bill Greenberg from PhoneScholar.com, and yes, we made it through another week. And I don't know about you, for me this week flew. So it was a good week. But here's a brief summary of what's on the website today. And of course, to see the full stories, go to www.PhoneScholar.com. And if you have any questions, please send them to me at blogquestions@PhoneScholar.com. So here we go. Samsung Fascinate to sell for $199 on September 9th. $199.99, sorry, on September 9th through Verizon, and this is now a solid, it's no longer a leak. It's been confirmed. There was a post on Android Market showing this, and there's even a rumor that Verizon's going to bring this out on September 9th with a buy one, get one free. So for those of you looking for a couple of phones, I think this could be a tremendous opportunity for you. So it does have the 200 magic price tag. Of course, that does come with a two-year contract and a data plan. Next, Jobs promises fixes for iPhone flaws next week with iOS 4.1. Now, I've done a couple of stories on this already, so I'm not going to go in depth here, but the article goes very, very in-depth onto what exactly the 4.1 upgrade is going to do and the iPad 4.2, which is coming in November. So if you're an Apple person who's been looking for these updates, please go ahead and go through the entire article. It goes very, very in-depth into what the updates are going to do, including adding the AirPlay and wireless printing for the iPad when that comes in. So go ahead and take a look at that. Next, sorry Steve, Apple's still losing to Android. And I think I mostly put this article on there because I really love the picture of the logos on the scales. But basically it talks about Apple versus Android's activations, and one's claiming it's doing 200,000 a day, the other one's claiming it's doing $230,000 a day, and one says that when Steve Jobs talks about Apple, it's including iPods, iPads, and iPhones, and the Androids are just talking about the phones, and it's kind of going back and forth. So it's kind of, honestly, an amusing article if you take it that way. There's also decoding the Apple and Android numbers, and I did put a link onto an article that shows about the August numbers. So, and here's the bottom line though, and this came from a comment from one of my viewers who put it on there, which is absolutely true, saying it doesn't matter how many you activate, it's how much profit you're making. And that's absolutely true. If you activate 5 people or 500,000 people and you're making a penny on one, I'd rather activate 100,000 people and make $100 on each one. So, you know, that's where it comes from. Next, Android users can now check in to Foursquare by using their voice. This is really cool. On an Android phone, you can download the app from Vlingo, which has been an app, but now it's voice activated. And I did put a link for the app on the story. But basically, and there's also a video there demoing the whole thing, which is a really nice video. But basically, all you have to do, you can say something like, "Where are my friends?" and it'll show everybody that's on Foursquare that's logged into someplace and where they are and if they're close to you, which is really cool. You can also do shout-outs to your friends on Foursquare, saying shout out and what you're doing, where you are. Like, shout out, "I'm at home eating cereal." You know, that type of stuff. Or shout out, "I'm on my way to the ball game." Stuff like that. So that's really cool. You can also use it for Twitter and Facebook. Very good. Twitter and Facebook applications. On those type of things too, you can send emails. It's really, really cool. So check out the video, check it out. If you have an Android phone, I would highly recommend this, especially if you're into Foursquare and into the social marketing. They do say they are going to be coming out with BlackBerry iPhone apps, but no dates yet. Next, under categories, under Dell and AT&T, Aaron from PhoneDog.com has an unboxing of the Dell Aero. Now, I know this may not end up being the most popular phone there is because it's a 1.5 Android for the price, but if you want to see exactly what it does, go ahead and check out the unboxing for that. And then lastly, Boost Mobile, and this is under Boost. Boost Mobile provides additional flexibility and choice with a $2 daily unlimited plan. There's a link at the bottom for boostmobile.com. It's a little confusing. I went on there and I tried to check it out because if you do this for $2 a day, it's $60 a month. The regular monthly unlimited plan is $50 a month. So here's the way it works. I actually called Boost Mobile, and this is the way it works. If you have money in the account, in your Boost Mobile account, they're automatically going to deduct $2 a day from that if you're on this plan, and whether you use the phone or not. What this is good for is if you're someone who unfortunately can't keep money in there constantly and you need the phone on an as use per basis or on a daily basis, as they're saying, you put enough money in there for what you're doing. So let's say you know for the next week you're going to need your phone. You put in $14 for the next week. Once the money runs out, They don't charge you for it. Obviously, you're not going to be able to use the service. But if, let's say, 3 days later you put enough money in, they're not going to charge you for the previous days going back. So literally they charge you per day. Now if there's money in there, and I'm saying if you have $100 in there, they're going to charge you $60 for the month. So you have to be careful with that. This is specifically designed, and for those of you going on vacation, this is good for something like that. So that's basically how it works. If you have any questions, again, write me at blogquestions@PhoneScholar.com or call Boost Mobile, and you can get their phone number through the website that I have the link to. That's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a tremendous weekend. And as everything, I will see you on Monday.